All right, everyone. So here's an intro to the Husky box project you're about to see. I never shot an intro and I kind of just jumped edited in the middle of where I started. So I kind of felt it was awkward. I figured I'd shoot this little intro. So follow along. And at the end, if you like this project, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let's do it.
All right, here we are. It's like 8 o'clock, 8:30, and decisions have been made. So we are Raptor lining this green, like a neon green. My buddy mixed me up some paint. I'll show you guys that in a minute. The drawers are gonna stay black and the handles are gonna get either one of two things. The handles might get painted black, like I had talked about earlier, or I have someone that does anodizing and they may be able to have them anodized like a gloss black. But I'm not sure which way I'm gonna go with that because I'm trying to do this on my, I got kind of a short, small time window to get this done. Not to say I can't get it done and then have the handles done and put them back on. So, I'll make my decision. I will know tomorrow 100% if he can do them and when he can do them. And if it's, within this week, I might just have him anodize them. So it'll be in gloss anodized black. Box gonna be Raptor lined the green. Let me show you that. It'll focus is the green. Let's see, bring it out here. So that's what we're going for right there. So we're gonna add this to the Raptor liner. Now, my only cause for concern is that the Raptor liner, the tintable Raptor liner, which is obviously what we're using because we're changing the color of it, is a white base. You would think it would be clear, but it's actually a white base. So the only concern I have there, so the only issue that could arise is that when I put the green in there, it might lighten up. So I don't know if I'm gonna try to darken the green now. To darken that green, it'd be better if I had green, dark green paint. I don't have any dark green. I'm pretty sure I do not have any dark green. So to darken that green, if I choose to, the only thing I could put in it is some black. And that is a tricky thing to do because you could end up ruining the color because the black may give it like a chalky kind of gray tone to the green. It wouldn't darken it up like a dark green would darken it up and still keep the base color. So that's a tricky situation, but just figure I'd show you guys. There are all the handles. These are either be painted or anodized, but they just slide right off. So no big deal. Like I said, didn't really show you guys anything because there was nothing really to show, but let me get back to it and I'll bring you guys back when I'm closer to shooting this bad boy. All right, good morning everyone. So let's go over what we got finished last night. As you can see, the box has been Raptor lined. It's actually a Dodge green. It's called Sublime Green. If you look at it and you get up close, you're gonna notice, try to get on there, the texture is very, very light. So just to show you, I used this gun that I had left over from some kits I bought. This is U-Pool's brand gun. And I hate to say it, this gun totally sucks. The gun I used on the blue Dodge when I had done it was a gun I had bought and I used it a lot and it had better adjustments on it. And I just had used the gun so much and cleaned it so much, it was just giving me a hard time and I ended up getting rid of it. And then I was like, oh, I'll just use one of my regular guns I got lying around. If you're gonna do a project, don't use their gun. I hate to say it, their gun sucks. There's a gun that you can buy, it has like an adjustable nozzle on the end for the fan. You could actually get a fan. That gun, the way it sprays, like your spray pattern is like about that big. So good luck trying to get it to lay down smooth and look even. It'd take you forever. We sprayed it with the HVLP. And I like it because it gave it like a texture, but it's like a flat. So here we are, update. It's the next morning. We stayed late. We got it done last night. I put the casters back on and a buddy of mine that was just here helped me put the box. Actually, my girl's nephew just helped me put it back together. So now, next step, you have everything to paint these. So I just went over them with Prepsol, cleaned them. I'm gonna hit them with 220. I feel 220 is a good grit. I'm just gonna sand it real good with 220, all of them. I'm gonna hit them with a coat of self-etch. Then I think I'm gonna go wet on wet, which is basically, I'm gonna hit it with a coat of self-etch,
get a nice one even coat. I'm probably not gonna do more than one coat if I get a nice even blast on it. Then I'm gonna blast probably 2 coats of the color, which is a black, should cover the green self-etch pretty easily. Then I'm gonna blast it with the clear. So I'm just gonna do 1 coat, let it flash maybe 20 minutes, then 2 coats of paint. It's warm today, so I'll probably let it flash 5, maybe 10 minutes between paint, and maybe not even that long. And then I'm gonna blast it with the clear. Clear, I'm gonna go probably a coat, and then like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, another coat, probably do 2 coats of clear. And then that's gonna be it. And this is gonna be a gloss black. All right, here we are. We are back. I prepped all these with 220. I just hand sanded it. So wiped them down with Prepsol, got all the greasing, grease, residue, whatever's been on there. It's been used as a toolbox for a long time. So I cleaned the handles, scuffed them all with 220 by hand. Didn't take very long. Made sure I went over them pretty good, and I did 2 coats of some self-etching primer. All right, everyone, here's the finished product. I tried shooting some video yesterday. My camera was giving me a hard time. I had the handles set up on the fender holders, and I had gotten them painted. So the last video I shot, I believe I had painted them, or not painted them, but I had sprayed them with the self-etching primer. So I hit them all, 2 coats of the self-etch. I let it flash, probably 15 minutes. I mixed and reduced the Nighthawk black that I used on the handles. I did about 2 to 3 coats of that. I did, with paint, sometimes I've had a tendency in the past when I'm painting things to want to get like a really good coverage right off the rip. And I've learned over time, get a base. If you go too heavy too much, even in the warm weather, it could tend to sag, or you might end up getting some fish-eyeing or some other issues. So I took my time. I did about 3 coats of the black until I looked at it and I could tell it was nice and even, and then I hit it with 2 coats of the clear coat. So open the drawer here. Let me open the lid. Let me open one of these drawers and see. I don't know how well the camera will pick up, but these have a lot, like this black has a lot of metallic in it. Learned a lesson that I already knew, but I learned it again. I should have taken the time just to hit this with sealer, because painting green over black, obviously it takes more to cover. Now, I ended up having enough material, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But if I would have hit this with some gray sealer and then went over it with the green, it would have covered easier and I would have had material left over. So, that's like a mixed bag. I didn't run out of material, but it got a little stressful because I was getting close. And I said, man, it's gonna really stink if I get 90% of the way there, but it's just not good enough to put it back together, because now it's gonna have to sit apart. I'm gonna have to go ahead, get more material. I'm gonna have to now scuff it all over again, because you can't really shoot it over after 2-3 days of sitting. So, hindsight 2020, sealing this with some light gray primer would have definitely helped, but I was able to get it done with the material I had. The drawers I left just the way they were, and I just did the handles to gloss black. Then, just for added touch, flat black, and then flat black on this guy, and then I went flat black on the handle and then painted the screws. So if I had to boil down how much time to do this whole project, I think you could bang it out in 8 hours. I think you could do it. I pulled the box apart. The drawers I wasn't painting, I painted drawers before. That takes time, that's tedious, but just doing the outside of the box and then doing the handles and then putting it all back together, and then the time to put it back together. And this was just for just to do something. I think sometimes, I get caught up with doing a lot of things just because, I'm getting paid to do them, and sometimes it's nice to do a project just to do it. It's not for me to, I'm gonna sell this after I get it done, or I'm doing it just to make money. I did it just to want to do it, and just to, exercise a little creativity. And I hope people that watch this, maybe it'll inspire you to do a project that you're just doing just to do it, just to enjoy it, just to enjoy the process, and go through the steps and see what you can come out with. Because I think a lot of people out there are a lot more creative than they realize, and sometimes it's good to just try something different. So I'll try to edit all this together. I think I got like 3 or 4 different small videos I'll try to edit together into one. Any questions, feel free to ask, like, comment, subscribe,
you know, I've been gone for a couple months, so I'm hoping in the near future I'm gonna start putting on some more stuff more often. Don't hold your breath, I'm gonna try. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll get with you soon.